Rockman just beat a boss who had a bit of a short fuse. Here's a look at the Jada Toys Megaman Hyper Bomb Megaman. From the groundbreaking video game Megaman comes this iconic robot character action figure in 1/12 scale by Jada Toys. After defeating Bomb Man, Megaman obtains the Hyper Bomb, a special edition of Mega Man's arsenal to take on foes like Copy Robot and Gutsman. Megaman comes equipped with alternate hands, head, and bomb accessory and stand. The packaging also includes nostalgic details from the original game. Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb. But if you, though, are interested to pick up Mega Man, who's been infused with the defeated Bomb Man's powers, Hyper Bomb Mega Man currently is in stock. He is at Entertainment Earth, along with both Elecman and Cutman. We've already had a look at in 2 previous reviews. Taking, though, the tape measure, let's see how tall the figure stands. He's essentially going to be a recolored of the original Mega Man from the first wave. In fact, he's still going to be standing the same at 4 inches in height, or 10 centimeters tall. If the proof is in the pudding, where did that phrase come from anyways? You can see, though, that Hyper Bomb's Mega Man is going to be using pretty much the same mold other than just a retooled head. Even though I will let you in on a secret, the head that he has right now is a head that was already included with the first wave released Mega Man. One thing, though, I want to say a little bit about Funko's releases of Mega Mans in the past. We've looked at some of them here on this channel. They seem to focus a lot more, though, on Mega Man and a whole lot less on the level bosses. Why I say that, though, is that Funko did, in fact, release a Hyper Bomb Mega Man, but then they also released a whole bunch of other Mega Mans as well. I mean, again, like when you look at the list of Mega Mans that we've gotten from Funko, I could probably see why the company didn't go any further with the franchise. Though it seems to be the case that Jada is in fact going on with the franchise. Let's bring in the other level bosses we've already had a look at. The Iceman, of course, there's Elecman. Off to the side, I just finished dropping him. Here's Cutman, and here's also what they look like with Fireman. And even though, I mean, we have to be consistent here. We've done this already in how many reviews? This Dr. Wily was released again by Funko. It's one of the only things I will say that Funko did right with the Mega Man property is the fact that they did actually give us a Dr. Wily. He is my stand-in, at least right now, until we get a serviceable Wily from the folks over at Jada Toys. As for Hyper Bomb Mega Man's accessories, the figure does first of all come included with a display stand. The display stand is, though, a little bit different from the one that we got from Cutman in the fact that on the very end of it, there wasn't that little pincer that held on to the scissors. Other than that, though, it's pretty much the exact same stand. It does have adjustability in 2 places, 2 knuckle joints, and it always seems to be like these are way too long, especially if you're looking to have, like, the bomb, for example. One of the more notable things about Hyper Bomb Mega Man is the fact that he obviously comes included with the bomb. There's a little hole on the bottom. I say little, I mean, look at the size of this thing, and that basically just plugs onto the end of it like that. If you're looking at this to make this look like he's actually been throwing it, nowhere, I mean, why would you even want to have it that high? I feel like, if anything, they probably could have made it a little bit lower, but again, I can't knock it. At least they get adjustability in there, so if you wanted to have it a little bit lower, then it looks like at least like Mega Man's actually throwing the bomb. Speaking of the bombs, though, let's go ahead and just take this off the stand for right now. I did want to show you, though, the wick is lit right now, and it seems to be burning down, so I want to make sure I probably discard the bomb quickly. Adam West Batman never had any easy feats of trying to get rid of a bomb. Running back and forth on the dock, he wants to throw over the railing. Of course, there's people all in the way. There's people all over the place. Sometimes, again, you just can't get rid of the bomb. The thing I, though, like about it is that the fuse is made of a softer plastic. So I can do this, and I don't have to worry as much. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep doing this, but you can keep doing this and feel at least like the fuse isn't going to break on you. He can't hold it, though, at all. There's no way to really pop this into his hand. He does have, I guess, a relaxed hand, but I mean, there's nothing really to hold on to this. I guess they probably could have maybe put maybe a peg right here, for example. But I would imagine, though, that would add a lot of unnecessary weight. I don't know if Mega Man would have the means alone to have this held in his hand. But, you know, again, like if they just put a peg right there, come on, and a hole right there, then at least Mega Man could at least have it look like he's throwing the bomb about to throw it. The one thing that's also neat about Mega Man is that this one also has a swappable arm piece. So if you don't want to have like the Mega Buster on the arm, for me at least, when it comes to Hyper Bomb Mega Man, I'm more inclined to feel to display the character, I think, with the 2 regular arms as opposed to the Mega Buster arm. If you did want to change that out, though, the Mega Buster is one, again, the carried over traits that was already on the original Mega Man. Everything about this, other than really just the color swap, is exactly the same. So let's go ahead and just remove the arm right now. All you have to do basically is just detach it here from the elbow joint. and just kind of twist it back and forth. If you're having a hard time doing this, first of all, I would say like twist it. But even then, if you're having still a hard time, heat this up though in hot water first. Every single time I've done this, and I've done this maybe like 3 or 4 times, I always end up having like paint left behind. Sooner rather than later, I'm sure the paint's going to come off completely. But right now, at least, it keeps continuing to come off. Let's just take now the arm, and we're going to plug it back in place. It basically works the exact same way. Just there we go, plug that in. And now we got Megaman with regular 2 robot regular arms as opposed to Mega Buster. Let's kind of put that off to the side. The figure does also come included, like I said, 2 swappable arms, or 2 swappable hands. So he has closed fists right now. Those so easily can be swapped out with a relaxed hand. And I don't know, like, again, it looks like almost something like, it looks like he really should be holding onto something. Maybe like an energy tank. An energy tank would be perfect. Although, like Mega Man from Mega Man 1, it wasn't so much an energy tank. It was sort of just like a glowing sphere. To change these, though, out, it's just, again, a case of removing the hand that he has. Take the new hand and plug it in place. But again, like, doesn't it look like he really should have something? Like, you can't even take, like, the wick, for example, and have that in his hand. I mean, it just looks like he really should be holding something. We'll do the exact same thing on this side as well. Just pop that off. And then we'll replace it with the relaxed hand. Sort of the same thing I noticed here with the Elecman. I think it was the Elecman, or was it Cutman? I'm drawing a blank. The hands are somewhat very loose. A little more better with Hyper Bomb Mega Man, but I noticed like the hands seem like they are sitting inside the sockets. Very, very loose. For the stock head sculpt that we get with Hyper Bomb Mega Man out of the packaging, would you believe, in fact, it's the exact same head sculpt that we get for the first wave Mega Man? If you don't believe me, open up your eyes, you can see for yourself. The one thing, though, I wish that they could have done, and here's a whole bunch of wishes. I know, of course, this probably would have increased the cost of the figure, but why I sort of have this idea is this is the alternate head sculpt that he comes included with. Just to, though, show you, when we got the original Blue Bomber, this was the alternate head sculpt that he had. Are you thinking the same thing that I'm thinking? A BLT sandwich? Actually, no, now that you think about it, I'm actually thinking about a BLT sandwich. But what I was, though, thinking, how easy would this maybe have been, and probably it isn't super easy, had they had replaceable faceplates? I mean, the ball joint socket inside would have stayed the same. But you would imagine, though, like the faceplate, I'm sure could have slid off, and then you would have been able to have the means, if you bought multiple Mega Man, swap the faces out to have which face sculpt you want to use. So again, if you want to have like Blue Mega Man having like this head sculpt, obviously you can't use it because the colors aren't the same. But let's just say, for the sake of this, had you been able to slide off the faceplate, slide in the faceplate right here, instantly now you have mileage for why collectors may want to pick up more Mega Mans, because then you could change out the facial expression and have it customed to which Mega Man you want to have on display. That being all said, if you did want to change out the face for Mega Man, we're going to take off the smiling face. And I think for me, I would actually rather have him displayed with this face just because he's throwing a bomb. If you're going to be throwing a bomb, if I'm going to be throwing a bomb, that's probably the face I'm going to be making. I'm going to throw it and go, "Aah!" Anyways, you can see there's the hole, there's the peg, simple shapes. We're just going to plug it in place. Again, you may have to put a little bit of pressure, a lot more than you're expecting. And there's the alternate head sculpt, and we'll just show you guys the differences between the two. Yeah, I mean, this one's fine, but I think this one works a little bit better for Hyper Bomb Mega Man. For the rest, though, of his body, it's exactly the same as the regular Mega Man. Obviously, we have already taken the liberty of removing the arms, so that's one thing that's a little bit different. Same body, same arms. Well, one similar arm. Same torso, same lower legs, same sliced, halved egg. Although this time, again, like green eggs and ham, I don't know. Still is, I don't know if I would ever eat an egg that's green. For the articulation, though, for Hyper Bomb Mega Man, it's exactly the same as the other Mega Man, and for really that matter, it's pretty much the exact same articulation as all the other level bosses, too. Head's going to rotate all the way around on a ball joint. You can have the head looking down, yeah. Looking up, sorry, what? And yes, it can move back and forth as well. Upper torso is going to be on a ball joint. The lower mid-waist area is also going to be on a swivel. The arms rotate all the way around, and there's just a single hinge on the shoulders. There's also a single hinge on the elbows, so you get yourself a T-pose there. You can also get, as well, a single hinge bend in the elbow, and again, like the forearms rotate back and forth, the hands rotate also as well. Quick look at this, look at this. You can also see there's a hinge right there in the hand. How close do we need to get in these reviews? The answer is yes. There's a hinge right there. Legs split out. Once again, they're relying on ball joints. The top of the leg is a little bit on a swivel. Single hinge only on the knees. And again, you got the rotation down below. a very good ball joint. And I keep continuing to say this. Again, it isn't really even so much a ball joint. It's like a peg joint. But I mean, for how much mileage you can actually get for these feet. They move up and down this way. You can also rock them back and forth too. But it gives you a good stance. The only thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is the sensitivity for the ankles or for the knees. I feel like when I'm bending them, there's a lot of resistance. But if you get past that level of resistance, you can actually get Hyperbomb Megaman in a really good pose, sort of like in a surfer pose. And then you, of course, take yourself the bomb. Where's the bomb? Bomb's right over here. Never forget where you left the bomb. Just take that, plug it onto the very end of the neck. And then again, we'll just kind of put it sort of like that, so it looks like Mega Man's kind of throwing the Hyper Bomb. For the rest of the Mega Man figures, of course, we'll bring back in Cutman. Now, again, I did mention this when we looked at the other level bosses, that it seems like Jada Toys has already announced that we are getting ourselves Mega Man 2. On the one end, I am more happier that we are getting Mega Man 2 because Mega Man 2 has some of my favorite bosses. Woodsman, I think, is still my favorite of the Mega Man bosses. But on the other end, though, like, I have to still kind of be the devil's advocate. Why are we not finishing up Mega Man 1 first? There's still, of course, there's Bomb Man. I mean, the fact that we have ourselves a Hyper Bomb Mega Man, and yet we don't have the level boss that gives him the acquired powers, just sort of seems strange to me. No Guts Man, yeah, and no Bomb Man. And then immediately it seems like Jada Toys is going to be jumping right over to Mega Man 2. I don't think necessarily we necessarily needed to have a variant of Mega Man so soon. I mean, again, you knew sooner rather than later we would be getting colored variations. That's the whole point of Mega Man, is as he gets powers throughout the game, he changes the colors of his suits. But I feel like maybe it's too early to get ourselves a variant of Mega Man when we can't even say we finished off the level bosses first. Bomb or not, perhaps Hyper Bomb could have sat on the benches a little longer, while at least Jada Toys could have finished up the rest of the level bosses for Mega Man 1. Still as absent is Bomb Man and also Guts Man, two notable characters. Guts Man tends to always be the character that you fight first. Bomb Man, a lot of times, most experts at Mega Man will tell you leave sort of Bomb Man near the end and use the fire attack for him. But either way, though, I mean, bookend on both sides. You'd like to think that Jada Toys could have released those things first before we rush things along to Mega Man 2. I'm certainly, though, an advocate for Mega Man 2. It's my favorite of the franchise, but let's maybe, if anything, Jada Toys, can we say we've finished the goal first? If you're going to start a goal, finish a goal before you move on to the next one. Even though I really feel like this guy was rushed too quickly into this wave, Hyper Bomb Mega Man is a nice looking figure. Yes, he could have maybe had swappable faceplates as an idea to entertain for future waves down the road, so that if collectors were kind of on the fence and thought, I don't know, do I need to get a color variation of Mega Man? The blue bomber's more than enough for me. At least the nudge would be there. You could say, well, you know, to be fair, with a swappable faceplate, you could easily change it with the face of the Mega Man you have right now. The Bomb Man is a nice touch. The Hyper Bomb certainly is a nice touch. And while unfortunately, though, it doesn't fit into his hand, at least at the very least, he does have himself an adjustable display stand. But really, these display stands, they always sort of seem like they're way too long, don't they? I mean, yeah, they have adjustable knuckle joints, and if anything, I always tend to have them dropped as low as I can. But I always just kind of feel like they're way too tall, defaulted out of the packaging. What do you guys, though, think of Hyper Bomb Mega Man? Too early to this wave? And maybe maybe you agree. Do you think that maybe they should have finished up the level bosses first before we start to entertain the idea of color variations of Mega Man? Either way, though, if you guys wanted to get your hands on Hyper Bomb Mega Man, him as well as Elecman and Cutman are available right now at Entertainment Earth. That's in fact where the person behind the camera got them for himself. And with $20 a piece for these figures, I still think that Jada Toys is offering up a bargain when it comes to superposable, super detailed Mega Man figures. If you guys, again, are interested, you can click the link down below in the video description. And again, if Mega Man isn't your jam, you can certainly, though, use that affiliate link and save 10%. Knock it off, slice it off the top on anything that's currently in stock over on their site. If you guys did enjoy this video, you can do it a solid and throw it a like. You guys want to stick around for more so? I certainly hope so. Hit that subscribe, turn on that bell. And though I hate to be the bearer of bad news, there's no more Mega Man left for this week. At least, though, there will be other videos coming your way. So make sure, yes, you're coming back. As always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.